Yeah. Welcome to another episode of Dead to Us. We are back. We are tan. And we missed you guys. How is everybody doing? Good? Shire, how are you?
I'm great. I'm so tan.
You are so tan. You know what? You look great. We had a good time. And I'll tell you this. Shire's on fire. Yes. We were going to record from Hawaii due to technical difficulties. From Hawaii. Due to technical difficulties, we didn't make that happen. But we are here to tell you all about our trip. There's nothing else to tell you. There's so much to tell you. Sorry. We're getting back to regular life. It is crazy on these streets. Right, babe?
Yeah.
So we went to Hawaii. Let's start this off with, we almost didn't go to Hawaii. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it was, I have never been in such rare form.
So shout out to Patreon Brian Pedersen, our main man. I think he's put Patreon number 10 or 11 or I don't know, but that's our buddy. He came down for the night. He was he's a big time financial advisor. Once we get some finances, we're giving it to him. If you guys need to if you need a good financial advisor, he's like Shire, he's might be too full of money, but can he be too full of money?
No.
I'd like to know. But he's one of my closest friends, and he came down to do coaching, get coaching from his financial advisor, and then he took us out to dinner at the Four Seasons. So he usually has this private table over to the side, but I don't know what was going on. So we just sat at the bar and chilled and started drinking. What were we drinking?
Well, we were drinking Veuve, champagne.
Champagne.
And when we got there, he had a glass, so then we had a glass, and then it just turned into like bottomless Veuve at the bar. I think we each probably had 4 bottles at least.
I mean, we drank so much champagne.
And I think I may have had 3 oysters for dinner.
Yeah, so Ped, he just tops them off every time it got even halfway down the champagne glass. And you know the Four Seasons, they're like, are you good? You're good? And then we just kept drinking. We ordered some oysters, some incredible Wagyu sliders, cooked those up, and just got wasted for 2 hours having so much fun talking to Ped.
And then
out of nowhere, who walks by? LeBron James.
Sorry about it.
Who even Shire recognized because Shire now knows sports.
Duh.
And so LeBron walks by because the Lakers are staying at the hotel. So now we're like, oh, shit. I started to figure it out a little bit because you could just feel like a buzz in the air. And I saw like a lot of people walk around. Then I saw a couple people with Lakers backpacks. Then I saw Jeff Van Gundy, who does the national TV games. He's the announcer, former coach. And I was like, I think that's Jeff Van Gundy. So then my head started spinning. And then I was like, oh, shit, I think the Lakers might be here. And we were just drunk enough, Ped and Shire and I remember telling them, I think the Lakers might be here. And they're like, what? I go, I don't. And then like moments later, just this gigantic black guy comes around the corner. I haven't seen somebody that big since like I saw Andre the Giant when I was a kid. Babe, you know who Andre the Giant is?
No.
So you don't?
No. Am I supposed to?
Yeah, Andre the Giant. He's the famous wrestler. And he's
yeah,
humongous.
Him.
He came to Cheyenne when I was a kid, and he came in the gym. And when he came in, my mom said, I saw him, I just started crying. On sight. I was like 5 years old. I was just crying. So around the corner just comes fucking diamonds blaring, dark sunglasses on, this gigantic man. And I'm like, I think that's Braun. And we look, and it was fucking LeBron. He walked by, I was like, LeBron. And then he just looked at me and said, like, what's up? And then he went in and ate. So then we were like, shit, we got to wait for LeBron to come back out because I want to talk to him. So then our boy PT showed up, Paul Taylor. Shout out to Paul Taylor. And he started drinking champagne with us. And we didn't order any. We had some truffle fries. No, we had some tuna. You remember that?
Yeah.
So then we
But I still didn't really eat that
Yeah, Shire
much.
didn't really eat. I ate. That shit was so good. And we just kept drinking champagne, waiting for LeBron.
But can I just stop you and
Yeah,
say,
of course.
I hadn't been drinking all year.
Oh, yeah. We thought Shire was pregnant, if you guys remember that.
Then I paced you with champagne all night. Every
Yeah.
time my glass was topped off, yours was topped off. I felt buzzed after 2, and I think I had 13 more after that.
Yeah. And so we got to dinner. We were running late. We were supposed to meet Pet at 5:30. We got there like 5:40. So around 9:15, we're drinking champagne this whole time. Our buddy Paul Taylor shows up. Our buddy Robert Bunch shows up. We didn't know was in town. So now we're all drinking champagne, waiting for LeBron to come out. We see like Rajon Rondo comes by. We say what's up to Rondo. We say what's up to JaVale McGee's there. And then all of a sudden you could feel it in the air again, like fucking King Kong steps. Doom, doom. And like a bunch of people are now at the Four Seasons bar, like some nerd event, like 20 people. But they have no idea LeBron's coming. All of a sudden he comes out and I was like, here he comes. And then he walks by and we're like, what's up, Bron? And I put out my hand to try to grab him, but he's too smart. And then my boy Bunch is like, what's up, Bron? And then he gave him like a fist pound. He's like, what's up, fellas? And then he just kept moving. And we were like, there goes LeBron. So we had a little more champagne to celebrate. Then we came home.
And then we came
because
home.
we hadn't packed. We planned on going to a short little dinner with Ped. And shout out to Ped. Thank you, Ped. I have no idea what that dinner cost you, but you don't have to do the Patreon this month. You can keep your $7.
Ped is a Patreon for life, no matter what he does.
Ped might have fucking got the $7,000 Patreon. I can't imagine 5 people, because by the end we were all drinking. But anyway, shout out Ped as always. But then we hadn't packed. We had to wake up and leave for Hawaii at 6 a.m.
Yes.
We come home.
You packed.
I packed a little bit, but I'm a dude. I just pack. I throw everything I have in the world.
Yeah.
I come home. Shire's supposed to be packing. I don't know what she's doing. I look downstairs. She's just laying in like downward dog at the bottom of the stairs like she's dead. Has like 4 random things in her back. I run downstairs like, are you alive, babe? Are you okay? Just fucking hammered. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
What were you feeling? You were just...
I just needed to put my head down for a second.
So she's out.
Well, I had to bend over to put stuff in my suitcase. And every time I bent over, I was like, I'm going to throw up. I can't do this. So then I just like curled up with my head down in like fetal position.
So I see her. I'm worried about her. Run downstairs. Like, grab her. Are you okay, babe? Come on, let's go upstairs. We get to the top of the stairs. She's like, no, not good. Go to the bathroom. Get her in the bathroom. She goes back to downward dog. Just pukes all over the front of the toilet, which is so not her style. She is so ladylike. I've never seen her fart, poop. You're like always just a lady. Like I've never seen you puke. So I'm trying to get her towards the toilet.
Well, I'm kept trying to like make me not be in like the curled up position.
Yeah, because you were puking. I didn't want you laying in your own puke.
No, I wasn't yet, but I felt like but you were also drunk, so you're like, get up.
Wow, that's
and then
true.
You're drunken, like, get up. I was like, I can't. So then I threw up everywhere.
And we cleaned it up.
Got
you in bed.
Yeah.
Luckily, you just passed out. I got it.
And luckily, before we went to dinner, I'm so smart, I set like 4 alarms.
That was good.
Mm-hmm.
So then...
spaced out like 15 minutes apart. I must have known.
We put her in bed. And by we, just me and... Teddy's gone by now. We don't even have Teddy, thank God. We put her in bed. I go get the trash can from the kitchen. And I say, here, babe, here's a trash can. I put it right by bed. We both get in bed. We pass out. I swear, 10 minutes later, fucking alarms start going off. Even though it was probably only like 10 o'clock we passed out, maybe 11.
I don't know.
You passed out. I was still like awake. I watched SportsCenter or something.
Alarms go. I jump out of bed onto our metal trash can.
I'm dead asleep. Alarm goes off. I'm barely waking up. She goes tumbling over this trash can. What the fuck is going on? I think we both say. She's like, there's a goddamn trash can here. I was like, where are you going? She's like, I got to go pack. She comes downstairs. What happened when you tried to pack?
The same thing. I couldn't do it. I was so sick. I think I showered first. I got up and I took a shower and I was like, the shower will help me. And then this has never been more of like a celebrate the small victories moment in my life. I got out of the shower and I walked downstairs and I was like, okay, all you have to do is put on underwear. That's all you have to do. Just put on underwear, put on a bra. And so I did it and I was like, okay, now you can just lay on the floor for a few seconds. And then I set my alarm for 4 minutes and I would lay there with my head on the floor for 4 minutes.
She just came in the content factory and slept.
And then my alarm would go off after 4 minutes and I'd stand up and I'd be like, okay, you did it. All you have to do is put on a shirt. And it took me an hour and a half. I didn't wear makeup. I didn't do my hair. Nothing.
Well, we'll get to that soon.
Oh God.
So somehow she packs.
Somehow I throw
everything.
Everything. Like I could have stayed in Hawaii for a month.
Yeah, she always makes fun of me because I always overpack. I pack everything. We both pack everything we own.
I was only focusing on staying alive, not what I was packing.
So I literally carry her. Like, I'm helping her get out into our Uber. We get to the Uber. We hit fucking construction bumps all the way. Sweetest Uber driver.
But her car smelled like cigarettes.
I was too drunk. We're still drunk. And she's like telling us about how she had some crazy drunk people in their car that reeked of alcohol. We're just like trying not to talk. We get to the airport. I could see Shire like having trouble in the car, like she's gonna puke in this lady's car.
Did I turn green? Because I feel like I looked green.
Which is bad because I've had this happen to me one time. Fucking Chef Dai just pukes in a fucking Uber the night before he leaves for China for a month, and I have no money. I'm living in L.A. I'm staying at his house, so it's not. I don't blame him, but he pukes all in this car, and then I wake up to like a $300 Uber bill when I have like maybe $600 to my name, and I can't charge Jeff for it because he's in China. he woke up and got on a flight. That's another whole crazy story. That's the night we almost fought Chris Humphreys, and then Nicole Scherzinger showed us her tits, and there was a picture of it, and I had it on my phone, and Apple must have came and took it away because Jeff doesn't have it on his phone either. So Apple must have some way where they go through your phones if you have a naked picture of a celebrity and yank that shit off. But that's a story for another time. So now we barely make it to the airport. I'm worried to death about Shire. She's about to puke in the car.
We walk through the doors, and I look at him, and I just say, babe, where's the bathroom? And I saw the panic set in on your face.
I thought she was about to just blow it all over like a fucking luggage carousel and just have puke spinning around. So we're trying to find her a bathroom. Of course, no one's close. We're just straight walking through. There's maybe 1,000 people around. Shire just gets to the trash can, just barfs right in the middle of DIA. Blah! Wiping tears back and goes, all right, keep it moving. We get her to a bathroom. She goes in.
I didn't throw up there. I threw up in the trash can. I was fine in the bathroom. I just like cleaned myself up, and somehow that was it.
We were struggling so hard.
I threw up twice in the airport.
Yeah.
And then I was good after that.
But I think cute little blonde people just walking by. I mean, it's 8 a.m. rush hour at the airport. People just flying by, and she's just shooting out fucking champagne oysters. And so then we get through security, not too bad. We're both starving. I want to break all the rules because I'm drunk, hungover. Like, fuck it. Fuck gluten. Fuck everything. I want McDonald's breakfast. Shara's like, no, you're going to ruin our trip. Don't do it. So we don't. We get on the plane, right?
Yeah,
get on the plane.
Yeah.
We feel a little better, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shire sleeps.
I think I get nauseous very easily. And Dramamine always makes me not feel nauseous. And I always take Dramamine on a plane. I think the 2 Dramamine that I took made my hangover go immediately away.
Yeah, so she feels better. I started to feel better. We drink a little. We should have drank way more water. We have 1 water. We kind of drink it. I'm in the middle seat. She's by the window. We have a nice girl sits down from Greeley who's coming to Hawaii. We land in Hawaii. Can't find our shuttle. We just want to go to the hotel. Finally get a shuttle. We get to the hotel. What do we do the first night?
We went to dinner at our hotel.
Oh, no. We get there.
Oh, we get there.
I'm starving. And I'm like the best person in the world unless I'm hungry.
Oh, God.
And I'm a miserable motherfucker.
Yeah, so where do you think we went for our first meal in Hawaii?
I'll tell you, we went to the mall food court where we got mall food court sushi.
Which wasn't terrible, but it could have been way better.
We had our first, I always watch the movies. There's people with Lay's waiting for you when you get off the plane and shit. None of that happens. But there was sunshine waiting for us, which was good. So we get off the plane, it's 80. We go get sushi. We have Spam for the first time. I like it. I thought Spam was good. I don't need all the rice, but we had some Spam. What's it called?
Musubi.
We go to our room. We check in. First night we go. Where do we go?
We went to dinner at the hotel, and somehow we were able to have drinks that night because we also had drinks with Mackie that night.
Was that the same night?
Yeah, we had dinner. We had Mai Tais at dinner.
Oh, yeah. So we felt better, actually. I think Hawaii hit us. We felt good about everything. We go to a nice dinner. We eat good. What do we have? We ate good.
We had a huge seafood plate.
Oh, yeah.
Of all the different kinds of shellfish you could ever
just
hope
put that
for.
in your memory because this is the start of the disaster. And we have a bunch of fruity alcohol drinks.
And, Mai Tais and macadamia nut crusted mahi.
That was great.
It was very good.
Then, so we're pretty tired, but my good friend Kristen Mackey, who I've known my whole life or since I was 10 or 11, she happened to be in Hawaii, said, let's meet for drinks.
Staying like down the street from us. It was crazy.
And we haven't seen her in a while, so we toughen up, say, we'll go have a drink. We go down to Duke's, the famous bar Duke's, have a drink with Mac.
It was a little bit rough.
Yeah,
but
we
it
were
was
struggling.
Okay.
We were just tired.
We were tired. But
because
also,
of the time change.
I think my body was like, I didn't get drunk, I don't think. Well, I got drunk one day that we were there. But I think that my body, just any alcohol that I gave it, my body was like, nope.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
But my body is just taking all of it. So we're drinking fruity drinks. We hang with Mackie. Always good to see Mackie. Talk about her dad. Shout out to her dad who they just named one of the courthouses after in Cheyenne, which was really cool. Then we go home. We go to bed. They fuck us on the beds. I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah. So these beds, I was telling Emily this today. These beds were, she was like, I'll give you 2 queens with this view, or I can upgrade you for however much extra for a king bed. And I was like, I don't care. 2 queens is fine. Because Brandt does a thing in hotel rooms where he eats in one bed and he sleeps in the other bed, which is a great theory.
It's good. It really is good.
When the beds are actually queens. But when they're hybrid...
No, when they're fucking 2 ottomans is what we had.
Well, it wasn't a full bed and it wasn't a queen size bed. And I know this because our beds didn't have real sheets on them. We stayed at a Hilton.
Yeah.
The sheets on the bed were flat sheets that they just wrapped around the mattress because there's no such thing as a size of bed that we slept on.
Yeah, so there was that. But we're exhausted. We're hungover. We're exhausted. The time change has caught up to us. We get in bed about 11:30. We go to sleep, we're still on Denver time. So it's like 3 a.m. Fucking exhausted. We go to bed. We wake up. Our room's nice. We have a beautiful view of the ocean. Room was cool, but the beds just sucked. We wake up.
6:30 in the morning.
6:30 in the morning. We don't know what we're doing. We're on Hawaii time. We got to go eat breakfast. Right? We go eat breakfast. Then we get acai bowl that first day.
Yeah.
So Shire planned a hike for us. Go ahead.
I planned a lot of hikes for us, but this one in particular I wanted to do because at the base of the hike is the Hanauma Bay that you're supposed to snorkel, and it's supposed to be the best snorkeling on the island, and everybody freaks out about it. So I was like, oh, perfect. We'll go do this Cocoa Crater hike first, and then we'll go down and we'll snorkel in this bay. But what I didn't realize is that the Cocoa Crater hike is the most difficult hike on the island that you could do.
First of all, in the whole fucking world, I think.
Well, and like our Uber driver was laughing at us. He's like, a hike? That's not a hike. That's a workout. And then our other tour guide lady was like, oh, yeah, and to your left is the Cocoa Crater hike. it's the most difficult hike that we have got on the mountain. And Brandt and I are just laughing because we're like, oh, that's cool. We decided to do that our first day.
So we get there. We go have breakfast. It's about 80. It's beautiful out. It's not too hot, but it's hot, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So we get to Cocoa Head to do the hike. So the hike it used to be railroad tracks that would take stuff up and down the mountain because no person should ever try to fucking walk up this mountain.
Mm-hmm.
So you can Google it if you want to Google Cocoa Head. So
Cocoa Crater.
Well, but it's called Cocoa Head is what everyone calls it there. We're locals now. Well, you look it up there, Google Head. So the railroad tracks are fucked up though. So there's like big gaps there. It's not like just going upstairs. And then at one point halfway up, the tracks, there's like a 40-foot drop. You have to go over. It felt like being in the movie Stand By Me. Remember when the kids are on the track and then the train's coming? What do you want to call it? Cocoa Crater?
Cocoa Crater Railway Trailhead.
Okay, that's how you Google it. But everyone that lives in Hawaii calls it Cocoa Head.
Oh, yeah, they do call it Cocoa Head.
And that's why they hate white people.
All right.
So then we do this hike, and it's fucking miserable. And we get about halfway up, and we're hurting. It's hot. We don't want to go. We don't want to go.
Mm-hmm.
We were close to quitting.
Mm-hmm.
But then luckily someone coming down said, hey, you guys can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going. It's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
So we're like, fuck it.
Would you say it was worth it?
No, absolutely not.
All right.
Or do you say it was worth it?
I mean, like, I'm glad we did it, but I don't know if I would say it's worth it.
It's worth it because we did it. And we can say we did it. And we made it.
Yeah.
It was worth it because when we cross that last step, it's like, we did this. We can
It was
always...
worth it because every calorie we consumed the whole rest of the time we were there, we already burnt off the first day.
So we get to the top barely. Of course, there's that one fucking old guy asshole who flies by us and says it's his third time of the day doing it, which I wish I could have killed him. But we get to the top. Beautiful views, incredible. They are right. Beautiful views of 360 panoramic views of the whole island and the ocean. It is a beautiful view, but we've seen cool shit before. Like, it's the ocean. So we come down, which is fucking... You think usually coming down's easy. It's a little better, but that hurt too. Mm-hmm. And going over the 40-foot drop, Shire got down on all fours and crawled it just like in Stand By Me when the fat kid loses his comb. Have you seen Stand By Me?
No.
Oh my gosh, you're going to have to Google this. Not that you were the fat kid, but you were doing just what he does in the movie. It's going to make you laugh. So she's on all fours and I'm walking, but it's a scary drop. And then this couple got too cocky in front of us and this dude ate shit so bad. And then coming down hurt just as bad, honestly. And I made friends with this old guy whose son took off and left him. So we kind of went down and Shire went ahead a little bit, but we made it to the bottom. I was just cussing. Like, what the fuck? Why do we do that? This is so shitty. I'm glad we did it, but I hate this.
Well, and then the snorkeling that we were going to do was literally across the street. And like it was a hill, but it was across the street, and I called us an Uber. So we Ubered across the street.
So we got an Uber across the street, and then we went snorkeling for the first time, which was pretty cool. It's like a famous bay. You have to watch a video and shit. We went down. There's one rule. What's the rule, Shire? She yelled at me the whole time.
Don't step on the coral.
Don't step on the coral. But fucking, you have to sometimes. First of all, this bay wasn't that great because it was too shallow.
Yeah, it was really shallow.
And I'm fat and not a good swimmer. And I was so worried about it because they tell you.
You are not a good swimmer.
They tell you I'm a good swimmer in open water, but I'm not a good floater.
It's also, I was telling some of my Floridian coworkers today how funny it is being with you in a beach because you didn't grow up at the beach. So like things that are common sense to me are things that you didn't even think about. And I had to like when you're washing your feet off, like take your foot out of your sandal, put your sandal on the ground, wash your foot off, and then put your foot in the sandal. Don't wash your foot off, put your foot back down on the sandy ground, pick up your shoe, rinse your shoe, put your shoe down, then your foot's sandy again. Then you have to rinse your foot again. Like, what are we doing here?
Well, that was the least of our problems. First of all, at this point, we're fucking exhausted. We haven't got sore yet, but we know it's coming.
Yeah.
We go through the bay. It's a pretty bay. We see some tropical fish, everything you see advertised in Hawaii is these big turtles you're going to see. No shot. No fucking turtles anywhere.
Well, you can, like the first time I went, I swam with so many turtles.
Wow.
But we missed the boat.
So a lot of tropical fish. They're cute little fish like Nemo fish, and they were cool. So we snorkeled with them. I can do my snorkel that good. I'd get water in my eyes, or I'd let water in, and then I'd freak out like I was going to drown in 2 feet of water. Then I'd have to stand on the coral. And then Shira would just mumble, "It's all found on the coral." So then we got out of the bay, which was cool. We Ubered back to the hotel.
No.
What?
Then we watched some stupid idiots.
Oh, yeah.
Decide that they were going to leave like the bay area that's like enclosed with coral and swim out into like open water, which the lifeguards were not having any part of. So they like swam out there after them.
Someone was dying in the middle of the ocean, and they teach you in this video, if there's a problem, wave your arms in the air. And these guys are waving, and this badass, this hot bodyguard, lifeguard, just straight out of Baywatch, just chiseled, fucking tan as can be, just gets on a surfboard and flies out there, saves these 2 morons. You could tell he's just screaming at him. So we almost saw someone die.
Yeah.
And we went back to the hotel, and then what did we do that night? We go out to dinner. What day was that? We got there on what?
That's the first day.
So that was a
I don't remember
Tuesday.
What our dinner was
that was
night.
Wednesday, right?
Yeah, whatever day.
So then the next day we wake up. We're sore as shit now.
The next day was Valentine's Day.
No.
Yes.
There's a day before Valentine's Day,
No,
wasn't
there was not.
Yeah, there's Thursday. We got there on Tuesday. We got there on Wednesday. Oh, you're right. So we go to the bay, and then on Thursday, Brandt Tobler makes his first big debut at a Hawaii comedy show.
Oh.
That was that night, remember?
Was that the Coco night? The
What?
Coco Crater night? The
Yeah.
comedy show? Oh, shit.
So if you don't think my day could go any worse,
It was bad. It was worse.
I wanted to perform while I'm in Hawaii, and shout out to Rebecca and my friends. They hooked me up with this guy. What was his name? David? I think it was David. He's a super nice guy. But he runs just a show in the back of this restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
So
Brandt went into full self-sabotage mode.
So let me tell you something. The guy, nobody gives a fuck about the show in the back.
There was like 12 people.
Maybe 12 people set in all different ways.
2 of them met on Christian Mingle.
Yeah.
Which
They were
for
just
you,
shit.
If you like Christian Mingle.
The show starts with the improv troupe, which is just awful.
Yeah.
If you've never been to improv, good improv. The best improv people in the world are like, yeah. But bad improv is the worst fucking thing in the world.
Yeah.
So we sit through bad improv, couple comics, whatever. Then Trent Davis is there. I think it's Trent Davis, right? He's a good comic from LA. He goes up, he does good. I go up, they're tired. They don't care at all. I just eat it. I mean,
so bad. I went over with Brandt. I'm like, okay, we're in Hawaii. Your best jokes are going to be these 3 jokes. This is what you should stick to. What are you going to do? Yeah, I don't know. I'll see. I'll feel out the crowd. That sounds good. Whatever. Gets up and just decides to do crowd work with a crowd hasn't been participating all night long.
Well, that's true. One guy, an earlier comic asked this guy, why are you looking at your phone? And the guy's like, because you suck.
Yeah.
That guy, he let that slide pretty good, because I was going to go after that guy.
Then you sucked so bad you just walked that guy.
So anyway, I ate it. I mean, I ate it hard.
Yeah.
For a long time.
He flat out, there's a woman sitting in the front, like in her 40s, friends with these 2 people who were, I'm going to say, in their 60s. First, Brandt says...
First of all, I think they're 50s and 70s, probably.
Okay, well, whatever. They're at least 20 years apart. Brandt says, oh, that's nice. You're out to dinner with your parents. And she's like, no, these are my friends. And then Brandt goes into his, oh, I got a little dick. Don't know if it matters. Let me ask ladies, does size matter? This lady says, yeah. Nobody else says anything. And Brandt looks directly at her and says, yeah, that's what all the whores say. And I was like, oh, my God, this is bad.
So at this point, the host lights me. But as a stupid comic, I'm like, fuck it. I got to end on a laugh. Here's advice to you comics starting or people don't think you're ever going to end on a laugh because you're not. So you know what I do then instead of do the 3 jokes we talk about?
30 minutes more of terrible
not 30 minutes more.
It was at least...
It was 10 minutes of crowd work to the point where this lady would not talk to... I would say, how did I close? I go, you like black dick?
And she was like, I'm not answering that question. And you were like, why? Are you afraid of black people? Because there's a black dude in the back of the room. And I started getting like... beet red, embarrassed. I was like, I've got to end this.
So then, out of nowhere, against all comedy protocol, you never have an audience member give you the light. All of a sudden, I get another light again. I look over thinking it's the host. It's Shire with her phone out, waving it. The flashlight full on, giving me the light. So I say, well, fuck it. I guess I got to go. My girlfriend's giving me the light. The crowd cheers. Fucking walk off stage, grab Shire, let's go. I should have just walked out. You think if you're going to eat it in there, they're going to take care of your drinks. Absolutely not. They give me a bill for $75 fucking dollars.
Yeah.
So not only did I have to eat it, I had to fucking pay $75 to eat it.
Yeah.
We stomped out.
It was so bad.
You've never seen me do bad, have you?
I don't know. You didn't have to do that bad. You didn't have to. We had it planned out, and it would have been great. And then you walked up, and you were like, no, I'm going to make this terrible.
Well, I just knew they were going to be shitty. I didn't mean to do it, but I think you're right. Sometimes
you had the opportunity to gain 12 new fans.
I did like 2 new jokes, or did 2 good jokes, and they were on board, and I was like, fuck you guys.
Now, because of that, all of our Patreons have homework of getting 1 new fan to the podcast.
Yeah, can you guys help? Because I burned a few bridges.
Because you just burned Hawaii down.
I'll never go there again. Or whatever. But, I mean, we'll go there again, but I can just mark it off my bucket list. And then we went, and then I was like, fuck it, let's get drunk.
Yeah, you wanted to get drunk, and I was like, I can't.
Then we couldn't get an Uber out of there. The worst feeling is then I wanted to leave before the show went out, because then some poor lady had to follow me after I burned the city down. Mm-hmm. This poor lady, this guy put her up. I thought I was going last, so that's another thing. I'd try not. You never want to run the light, but when you're last, and I was like the famous guy. Not that I'm famous, but I was like the only person on the show with like credits and like a real comedian. Besides Trent was good, but. So you go long sometimes, but then... I forget, we leave there, go get drunk. Right?
No.
What'd we do?
We left there. You were like, let's go get drunk. Let's go walk around. And I was like, we're going to get murdered if we walk around downtown Honolulu right now. We cannot do that. So we went back to the hotel, and you got the fruitiest blended ice drink.
You were out. You ordered a beer and maybe had a sip of it.
Uh-huh.
Because we did drink a lot at the comedy show while we were waiting because they set us in the front row.
Yeah, I think I had 2 beers.
Well, I had at least 3 of those drinks.
Mm-hmm.
So then we go to bed. We wake up the next day. It's Valentine's Day, which is great. But we are out of commission.
So we decided to have a beach day where Brandt then made his debut with the maintenance crew.
Oh, no, but before that, we wake up. And our bodies are hurting. Mm-hmm. I mean, bad. Like, my leg hurts so... I was so sore from that fucking hike. So we were going to go do shit that day. We're like, cancel all plans. Let's just go down to the beach. Mm-hmm. And we'll snorkel on the beach.
No, we were just going to have a beach day. We didn't have our snorkel stuff.
Yeah, we did.
No, we did not.
Oh, yeah. We didn't. We didn't have our snorkel stuff. So we went down to the beach. We're sitting on the beach. We get in the water. There's a nice reef around there. People are like, this is a good place to snorkel. I said, all right, babe, lay here, get tan. I'll go up and get our snorkel gear. So I go to the fountain to clean off my shoes, but I don't do it. Like Shire says, I do it all fucking wrong. And then I put my feet back in my shoes, and somehow there's still sand in there. So then I walk all the way back up to the hotel room on the 7th floor. When I get to the 7th floor, I was like, I got to get this sand out of my shoe. So then I go over to the balcony, the edge of the balcony. I start hitting my sandal on the shoe. I mean, my shoe on the rail. I fucking dropped my shoe off our balcony.
Another rookie mistake.
It falls down to the there's a flower bed, It falls down 2 floors down. I can't get it. I don't know what to do. It's way down there. We're at the top. So then I go down. I try to get it. I have to text Shire. Hey, babe, I lost my shoe. Because I need my shoe to snorkel. Because the only good things we did was buy those shoes like aqua socks that you could wear. Because the coral does hurt. If you
that's
step
why
on
you
it.
don't step on
Well, that's
the
why
coral.
you buy the shoes so you can step on the coral. So then, half of Valentine's Day, I'm waiting for maintenance, trying to get my shoe.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm
then,
laying on the beach.
So then we go down, we snorkel, we have a good time, we see some cool fish, no turtles. Some fucking assholes say they just saw turtles.
No, that was the next day. But what we did see is somebody go missing and a helicopter have to go flying back and forth.
So again,
for hours.
Someone probably died. We don't know. But
I think they rescued him.
There's helicopters flying over the whole time. We're snorkeling. It's a beautiful day. Still nice out.
Mm-hmm.
We go to the beach. We chill.
Much better snorkeling by the hotel.
Yeah. We go back to the room. We get ready. We get dressed up for Valentine's Day.
That's right.
We go to... Before, I made reservations for 7 different restaurants in Hawaii for Valentine's Day. When we get there, I show them to Mackie, who's been there a bunch of times. She's like, shithole, dump, awful, stupid, dumb.
Well, they were like all tiki bars.
Yeah, I don't know. Cancel all those. Didn't cancel them, actually. Sorry about that to all the restaurants. We go to Rockies, which is like Benihana's.
Mm-hmm.
Go to Benihana, Rockies.
Right outside of our door.
Yeah. Get fruity drinks. I order steak and scallops. I order lobster and scallops.
Mm-hmm. And steak.
Mm-hmm. You get...
steak and chicken.
So, as always...
Poor mistake.
What question... Huh?
That was a poor choice on my part.
Yeah, you did fuck that up. Oh, and the whole time they say mahalo and aloha to you.
Oh my God.
But I'm such a stupid American, which I forget
Hawaiians are also American.
But Hawaii does not feel like America,
No.
at least where we were. It feels like Vegas, Asia.
Mm-hmm.
And a little Costa Rica if you get off the strip of where we were at. The main strip through downtown feels like Vegas, just tourist traps all over. Then there's just Asians everywhere.
So what were you saying when people said aloha?
I would say hola. Because I'm an idiot. And then one time I farted coming out of this elevator full of Asians. I gave us a bad name. Remember that? And you were so mad at me. I didn't think it was going to be that loud. Anyway, we go to Benihana's. Amazing meal. Of course, our Benihana chef crushes. It makes me so mad as a comedian. I'm actually working on a bit about how I wish I was just a Benihana comedian. Because he did all the same dumb jokes. The onion volcano and the train and the yolk's on you and just crushes. Just laughter. Even me and Shire just eating this shit up. He crushes. We meet some nice people from Phoenix.
Mm-hmm. The lady next to me, I am convinced that she was kidnapped as a young child, and this was her first time that she was ever let out of the house.
Yeah, but she was mesmerized by Benihana.
She's never seen anything like it.
She couldn't believe it. Our deal. We had a great Valentine's Day dinner. I bought you a flower lei.
You did, yep.
We got our own leis because Hawaiians, I guess, hate white people. We come to find out.
We saw a fireworks show.
Oh yeah,
we saw. Hate fireworks.
We saw a good fireworks show,
and we saw a luau a little bit.
A little bit of a luau, and then after Valentine's Day dinner, we went. What do we go grab a drink somewhere? What do we do?
No, I think we just went home and went to sleep.
Yeah, so we were super sore. So we went to bed, and at this point, my gout starts flaring up, and I'm just sore as shit.
Oh, but you know what we did before we went to dinner is we drank a case of White Claws on our balcony.
Yeah, we drank.
And then I told you about all of my terrible thoughts that go through my head all day. Yeah.
We had the romantic pregame
White Claw
Valentine's
pregame.
Day. We sat on the balcony. We watched Central High School basketball play Gillette on my phone, which is weird. And then we drank White Claws, listened to Ludacris. Oh, no, after we went back up and just drank White Claws and listened to Ludacris, remember? After dinner. But anyway, we sat on the balcony, and Shire, just out of nowhere on this sweet Valentine's Day, just give us a little bit of your thoughts before we go to Valentine's Day dinner.
Right now?
Yeah.
Oh, I just was telling you that I should be like a horror movie screenplay writer because all of the thoughts in my head 100% of the time are just the worst. And then you were like, well, what do you mean by that? And I said, well, you know, like that guy that went missing earlier today. Are you going to hit me with the sound effect?
No.
Throw my phone at you. I was like, well, you know that guy that went missing today? I just imagined that he paddled out into the ocean and then took his board off and swam down to the bottom of the ocean and shot himself under the water so that nobody heard the gunshots. And then the sharks came and ate him so that he could just disappear. And the only thing that was left over was his board on the shore and the gun at the bottom of the ocean. And he was like, what the fuck, babe? Can you even shoot a gun under the water? And I said, well, yeah, if it's in your mouth. And he was like, oh my God. And then he goes, well, what's another one? And I said, well, I could just throw myself off of this balcony right now. And then the rest of your life would be so terrible because you had to watch me fall 7 stories to my death. And he was like, oh my God.
That's what she's telling me right before we go to Valentine's Day dinner.
I can't help it. I think terrible things a lot.
That was the most surreal one, is that, or not even surreal, I don't even know what the word was, psycho one, that you're like, what if I just jumped off this balcony right in front of you right now? It would ruin the rest of your life because you could never stop thinking about me killing myself.
Well,
on Valentine's Day.
Shit like that happens all the time. I can't help my brain from thinking it.
I know, but why would you tell me that?
Well, because you asked.
So anyway, that was our Valentine's Day.
So that's what we talked about on Valentine's Day.
So then we go up to our little mini beds.
Mm-hmm.
We give each other a kiss, say I love you, say happy Valentine's Day. We go sleep in separate beds, which Shire didn't like, but it wasn't because we're not in love with each other. It was just, first of all, my gout in my elbow flared up. That's why I was telling you everything we ate. So Shire still doesn't really know anything about gout. So
what are you talking about? Yes, I do.
So then the next morning, just let me explain the story. There's a reason why I'm the greatest storyteller in the world and you're the greatest interrupter today. So then the next morning we go to breakfast. My elbow is fucking killing me. So we're talking about gout. Shire knows a little bit about it, but I was like, she's like, what all causes a gout flare up? So then I Google it, and it's like shellfish, and then it's like scallops, shrimp, everything we ate. Alcohol. Oh yeah. Sugary alcohol. Everything we had in Hawaii was a gout flare up. So now at this point, my left arm is swollen at the elbow, just fucking huge. So I walk with like I've had a stroke on the left side of my body because I can't move my left arm. Because if I move it at all, my whole body hurts. So it's the perfect day to have this huge pain as we get on a bus trip for the next.
No, there was another beach day in between the bus trip where we were going to go on hikes and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But then we just didn't. We were like, we're just going to go to the beach
Yeah,
again.
so this was like, at this point now, our body, we both can barely walk because we're sore from that hike. I can't move the left side of my body because of the gout. So we just do a beach day, chill, get some fish tacos. We eat outside, which is awful. Remember we ate birds? So then that night we just chill.
Mm-hmm.
The next day, Saturday.
We got pizza that night.
Oh, yeah, we had pizza. That was
which was
awful.
terrible.
The gluten-free caught up to us, this cardboard-ass pizza they had.
Mm-hmm.
And everything is just so fucking expensive there.
Mm-hmm.
So then the next day we have a 9-hour tour to see these fucking turtles. That's all this tour is for. 8 hours of fucking tourist traps.
Well, it's not just, it's like, we're going to take you to the North Shore. You're going to get to see the pipeline from Sunset Beach. We're going to take you to the food trucks on the North Shore, which is another big thing. We're going to take you to paddleboarding. Didn't even see a paddleboard the whole time we were gone.
Yeah, so they advertise all this shit. And like we said, so we leave. When the first stop, we go by the bay that we swam, and then the lady, our tour guide, as we go by that hike that we did, is like, that's a hike that people do here. I did it once. I'll never do it again. It's the worst thing you could do on the island. And we were just like, yeah, we did that the first day. And she's like, what? I was like, yeah, that's why we can't walk. So then we go to a bunch of tourist bullshit. Mm-hmm. Just take a trip around the aisle.
Where she like told us the history of Hawaiians and Hawaii and all this stuff.
And her life.
And her life. And she slowly starts alluding to the fact that, and never says it once, but basically tells us that she's Mormon.
Yeah.
And she lives in the Mormon part of the island, which I didn't realize most of the island is run by Mormons.
Yes, she takes us to this Mormon town. Takes us to the temple, everything, and tells us about how
she did
during Pearl Harbor,
I forgot about that.
somebody was supposed to bomb the temple, but the pilot decided not to do it, and then he became a Mormon. She was just kind of jamming this Mormon shit down our throat. Then we stopped to have some incredible shrimp.
Wait, no.
Oh.
Then we drive by. She's like, oh, and here's all the world famous food trucks. And we just keep on driving by all of them. And we're like, okay, well, I guess we're not stopping there. That it says on the itinerary. And then she's like, and then here are these shrimp farms, which when you're in Hawaii, you want to eat shrimp from the ocean, not from a farm. Then she takes us to this place and she's like, and we're going to go to Fumi's Shrimp Farm. And I already called him and gave him all your orders. So clearly they're like run by her Mormon friends.
Yeah.
And they're clearly getting a kickback some way or another.
So yeah, we were just on this bus up and down the whole day. Most of the time on the bus.
Then she tells us we're going to go to the pipeline. And she's like, oh, all right, well, we're like getting near the pipeline. Do you guys want to see it? And everyone's like, yeah, that's the whole point of the North Shore. And she's like, okay, well, we can't really be here and I don't have a parking spot. So you just have like 5 minutes. Go look at it. It's to the left. And we're so far away that the pipeline waves look like boogie boarding waves.
Yeah.
They're small from where we are. And then she's like huffing and puffing, pacing around. Everybody gets back on the bus, and I'm thinking, okay, we're going to go park closer to the pipeline. No, we just blow past it. And then we get to the sea turtles.
We see a turtle.
We see a turtle and a seal.
Yeah, beached up, sleeping from the bus.
From the bus, didn't get out, just kept on going.
Hey, there's a turtle. But don't worry, you're going to a snorkeling place where they have turtles. Mm-hmm. Then we get to our snorkeling place, which is just a fucking park.
Well, it's a public beach that's actually obviously a private beach run by locals.
And by private, they put up 4 cones. And so that we get there, we go through snorkel training from this guy who just lectures us about fucking cleaning up the park if we want good karma. Because that's the Hawaiian way.
Whose name is like Josiah, probably.
He's pretty much just like, hey, man, and here's the thing about snorkeling. Like, be careful, don't step on the reef. But if you see any trash anywhere in the park, just make sure you go pick it up because that's the Hawaiian way. And then you'll have good karma. I was like, fuck, clean up your own park, bro. We want to see some turtles. And as we're walking, so he gives us the class. He teaches us. What happens then, babe?
Then he says, all right, we're going to go up and we're going to look at the ocean. So you go to like the edge of this park. And as we're walking up, we pass this family of Hawaiians who I hear laugh to each other and say, suckers. And I'm like, that's not a good sign. And then we get to the edge of the park and Josh, or whatever his name, points to this guy who's super tan, wearing a gold chain and board shorts.
And like a crooked hat. Looked like he's straight off the Jersey Shore.
Yes. Crooked hat and sitting in a lawn chair, looking at his phone, slumped over, not like in the mode to do anything productive whatsoever. And then he's like, yeah, all right, so this is Drew over here. Drew's your lifeguard, really good lifeguard. And just stay between the cones. And I'm like, oh my God.
Dude's like, it's dangerous out there, but don't worry, Drew's a really good lifeguard. He could take care of you. The dude glances up from his phone for maybe a second to just like nod his head, just straight back down at his phone. I mean, there's people out in the ocean, never fucking looked up once.
The other thing is they're like, when you see a sea turtle, don't like scream and shout about it because the sea turtle will go away because it thinks you're a predator. So just stick your arm out of the water and point down to where you are. But then you look down at the beach and there's like 15 little kids screaming and playing in the waves. And you're like, okay, so probably no turtles are going to be here.
So like an idiot, I took a bunch of stuff for my gout, but then I ate those shrimp. So now my gout is full flared up. My arm's totally swollen. We get to the water. It's fucking freezing. We're just, we barely put our feet in.
You went snorkeling and
like
I
10
stood
seconds.
with my like knees in the water, and I was like, yeah, I'm good. I'll wait for somebody's arm to shoot up and point at a turtle before I get in.
And that's when we start joking. We're like, if someone fucking points at a turtle, all the locals around here on the other beaches are going to run over because there's no fucking turtles around here. So we just sit there and waste time and fucking do nothing. We'll just look at how crazy Hawaiians are. Mm-hmm. And they hate white people, and they're all just tatted up in that Hawaiian style, just smoking cigarettes, blowing it in their kids' face like toughen up pussies. I mean, I'll give them credit. That Hawaiian culture is not for pussies.
Yeah. Our tour guide was telling us a story about the sugar mill who every time the owner of the sugar mill, every time his little kid got hurt, he'd say, take it like a man.
Yeah.
And then his kid fell into the boiling sugar mill. And right before the kid died, he says to his dad, did I take it like a man?
And the dad, so she tells the story. She goes, so then he's like, Dad, did I take it like a man? And he's like, yes, son, I'm so proud of you. And then she's like, then he died like 30 minutes later, and we think this town's haunted. So then...
And the spirit of this little boy still lives on at the sugar mill.
So now we're like, get this shit over with. We're tired. We're exhausted. My arm's totally swollen. We have to stop at the ice cream.
Well, we're at this point, we've already decided the whole thing is a racket.
Yeah.
We spent the most time at the Mormon affiliated places.
Yeah.
And everything else, she's like, yeah, I don't have a parking spot here. So you've got like 5 minutes and then you have to get back in the bus.
She's definitely getting a kickback from everywhere we stopped.
For
which
sure.
I get is part of the hustle, but they were
then
shitty spots.
we went to the Dole plantation.
Oh, yeah. And this is how we knew she was getting a kickback because from everywhere else and not the Dole plantation, because she's like, this place sucks. It's a tourist trap. Just get in there, get your ice cream, get out of there.
Yeah.
Which she was right about.
She was like, let me give you a word of advice. Don't buy anything. And she even said, and if you don't want to buy a Dole Whip, you can just ask for a sample because
Yeah.
they'll give you a big sample and then you won't have to give them any of your money.
Yeah, they obviously, the Doles aren't Mormon for
They
sure.
are definitely not Mormon. So Aloha Circle Tours.
So then we get our Dole pineapple. It's pretty good, right? It was all right. You like it?
You didn't like it.
It was all right. It was really pineapple-y.
Yeah, it's
But then,
pineapple.
okay, another part we forgot to tell you guys is the day before we went to lunch when we were just having struggle day, and we went to this beach bar where this guy was playing guitar.
Oh, your favorite guy.
This guy, and he's famous in Hawaii. And there was this drunk girl sitting in front of us with her mom. And this guy would play his songs, and she would just scream. What would she scream?
Hana ho!
The guy would be playing like dead people's songs, like slow, good Hawaiian
She was
songs.
also drunk on champagne, so
She's hammered.
yeah.
So in the middle of these songs, she's just like, Hana ho! And then there's like a black dude who's the drummer. He just sees her. He comes over, starts firing at her. On like when the lead singer's playing a slow song, chick keeps yelling Hana ho. We don't know what Hana ho means. And
I'm thinking she's saying Navajo.
Yeah, Shire thinks somehow she's a Navajo Indian that they've taken over, that Hawaii is just full of Navajo Indians and Mormons.
I didn't know.
So then, like a big Hawaiian lady and her husband sit down, and this lady just keeps yelling, Navajo! Or what was it?
Hana ho.
Hana ho! And then this big Samoan Hawaiian lady just goes, shh! Shut this bitch right up, right? So then, and there was this famous dude, he sings Dukes on Sunday. It's a legendary song. He was good, but he was like Hawaiian hippie dude.
He was, yeah.
He was good for whatever it was. Everyone had fun listening to him. So then we get on the bus on our tour, and the Mormon lady, she starts singing to us in the middle of the tour, which was so awkward. She's like, here's a Hawaiian song my mother sang to me as a kid. And she sings this song. And fucking Shire at the end just starts going, Hana ho, Hana ho, which means encore. Well, we explained it means encore, right?
No, it means encore.
Yeah, so that was another part.
It means one more.
Yeah.
Or one more time or something like that.
So this lady's like, oh, no, not now. And she plays it all humble.
No Hana ho.
No, Hana ho, not right now, she says. So I was like, this bitch is going to sing one more time. I know it. So then at the end, we're all exhausted. We've been in the sun all day. So we have like a 45-minute after getting pineapple. She's like, okay, guys, I'm gonna give a talk. But I know some of you guys are tired. You can just go to sleep if you want. But I'm going to tell you the rest of my story. So then she talks about her husband, everyone dying, because I think she's just trying to milk it for tips.
Oh, yeah.
She was good.
Yeah.
She knew her stuff, but she also did a lot of Mormon stuff.
And told us that her husband's dead.
And then she's like, all right, I'm going to finish this with my favorite song. And I was like, oh, God. And then this lady just sang over like a microphone on the bus. She could sing pretty good. And I was like, here's your...
She was like old lady singer with the vibrato.
Here's your Havaho.
Hanaho.
Hanaho.
Mm-hmm.
So then we made it. At this point, this is our last night.
Yeah.
So we're fucking exhausted.
I wish we would have done the tour on like the second day.
Yeah.
Because we would have, I think, made different choices the rest of the time we were there. But like we intentionally didn't seek out turtle snorkeling spots because we thought we were going to do it on the tour. Yeah. We specifically didn't do any stand-up paddleboarding because we thought we were going to do it on the tour. And then it was all bullshit.
Yeah. So then we ordered that pizza again like fucking idiots. It's shitty again.
Yeah, it was not good.
We got ice cream. That was good.
We got 5 wings for $20 one night. That
Everything's
was cool.
so expensive.
So expensive.
So at this point, we're tired. We're having fun, but we're over it.
Mm-hmm.
So we go to bed. We wake up. The next morning, our flight's not till 9.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to waste our last day in Hawaii. So we wake up. We take a walk along the beach. We go get breakfast. We check out of our room, which Shire's a maniac about. Because checkout time's 11, and she has so much anxiety because she thinks if you're not out by like 10:59, they're going to cut out her uterus or so. I don't know what you thought was going to happen, but you were so, come on, Brandt, we got to go.
Well, if they're charging $20 for 5 wings, I can only imagine how much they'd charge you for a late checkout if you didn't have
First of all, no one in the history world's got a late checkout, but whatever.
All right.
But, and I have full gout now. My whole arm hurts so bad.
Full gout.
Every step it hurts for me to walk, and Shire's trying to rush us when I know we're never need a late fee. But we get our shit out. We go to the adult pool.
You're so mad about it.
What?
You're like, get me off of this island. We don't have anything to do today.
Well, we were just
Why are we here? Just get me home.
Like I said, we were just in no man's land because we had to check out of our room at 11, and our flight was until 9. So we had nothing to do. We just had to check our bags and kind of just waste a day.
We had a pool day.
But my left arm hurt so bad from the gout. My right leg hurt so bad still from that hike. So we just laid by the pool. I just watched World Star for like an hour and a half. And then to make shit go full circle, our last meal in Hawaii, we took it back to the mall food court and we ate at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yes, we did. Well, because I wanted wing. After having only 5 wings for $20, I was like, I'm not. And I looked on Yelp and on all the different like food review websites for good wings in where we were in Waikiki. And all of them, the menu, it was literally like $20 or $30 for like a pound of wings. But I was like, not at Buffalo Wild Wings.
So we went to Wild Wings.
And I decided.
And we ate wings, had shitty service.
So
at this
bad.
point, my gout's so bad, I'm just chugging water because I was worried about the 7-hour flight home. At this point, Shire loves wings so much, she starts Googling wing challenges.
Yeah.
She thinks she could beat the world record.
No, not the world record.
Well, you thought you could till you Googled the world record, which was what?
444 wings in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
There's no way.
You couldn't do that.
No, for sure. But there is a wing challenge in Boulder that you have to eat 50 wings in 30 minutes. And I know for a fact I could do it.
Think for a fact you can do it.
I know for a fact.
And we got a new camera, and we're going to find out. We're going to. This is going to be good content.
I think I am like
You do love wings, but that's a lot of wings, babe.
I think I can do it.
Well, the good news is we're going to find out. So we had our last Wild Wings meal, went back. We had to change in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm. They wouldn't let me in the locker room. They charge you $17 to change in the locker room. It's so stupid.
You can't not spend money there. So we call our Uber. It's over. We had an amazing trip. We call an Uber. This crazy fucking guy comes.
From Vietnam.
Just all over the road. He gets a call in the middle of our ride for someone to pick him up. So now
Jim.
He's trying to look into his phone and drive us, and he's all over. I think we're going to die.
Yeah.
I'm 1 second away from saying, because the guy tells us right before the phone call, You have to work every day here to survive. It's so expensive here.
Mm-hmm.
So then he gets a call. I'm like, man, let this dude hustle. Let him get his money. But then he's driving so erratic to the point where I got scared.
I stopped looking. I closed my eyes.
And I'm not like a religious dude. And then halfway through, I'm looking at his phone. He pulls out his glasses so he can look at the phone more. I'm like, why aren't your fucking glasses on when you're driving? But we make it.
Somehow.
And the first time in my life, 3-star review and no tip. Well, I could have gave him a less one, but...
And I thought I was going to be throwing up at the airport leaving Hawaii.
Oh, yeah. Why? What was the matter with... Oh, just from the drive?
Yeah, just from being car sick.
So then we got on the plane, and...
Now we're home.
Crazy. The girl that sat with us on the way out sat with us on the way back.
And we didn't sit in the same seats.
No. She sat in a row, and then Shira took Dramamine, immediately crashed out. I couldn't sleep. I stayed up all night. And now we're home.
And now we're
to
home.
the snow and fucking freezing.
Mm-hmm.
And I apologized to Shira today. I said, hey, babe, remember when I was complaining that last day?
Mm-hmm.
I wish we were in the sun now because it's fucking 12 degrees out. So that was our trip to Hawaii. I'm not drinking. I'm trying not to drink for a month. I'm really trying to change because I kind of ruined the trip and I feel awful about it. I owe Shira another trip because the last 3 days I was a miserable fuck because my whole body hurts. And she told me I was going bald. And I felt
And
fat.
you made me sleep in a separate bed.
I didn't make you sleep in a separate bed. We slept better in separate beds. Because we both were tossing and turning because we were both sore and hurting. Right?
Yeah.
I didn't make you sleep in another bed. First of all, I cuddled with you till you went to sleep, then I went to my
Okay,
bed.
that's true. That's fair. That's true.
But we survived it. So that was Hawaii. Thank you for the best Christmas present ever. Thank you, the best Valentine's Day ever. I'm sorry I was a cranky little bitch at the end. I can't imagine. I hope you never get gout. I don't expect you to understand how miserable it makes life. And I did this to myself, so I'm sorry to you, babe. But yeah, that was Hawaii. It was good.
It was good.
Oh, and I stole a magnet, and Shira gets so mad.
So bad.
I hate... They
no,
charged...
you walked into a store, and I was behind you, and what did I say to you?
What?
We walked into a store, and you were in front of me, and you said, hey, babe, look at this. And what did I say to you?
I don't remember what.
I said, don't do anything stupid.
Yeah, Shira thinks we're going to get... Well, they just... I usually steal my magnet at the airport because, you know, magnets at airports are like $9. They just try to rob you. But
and airports try to rob you.
I stole this magnet, and then when we walked in a room, I sneakily threw it on the bed and went immediately to the bathroom. And then Shira found it on the bed and was like, how did we get this? I was like, I have no idea. She's like, you stole it. I go, I didn't. How could I put it there? And that was stupid. But I don't know. So that's Hawaii. Aloha, Hawaii. Malahaho. What is it?
I think that Hawaii made you be able to not read anymore.
Yeah, I'm struggling with reading. Well, we didn't do a lot of reading in Hawaii.
Well, you just saw words and you were like, nope, not even going to try that one.
Well, every word's there like long, just mas and kas. Kamama laha.
Because how many letters are in the alphabet?
In Hawaii?
Yes. You learned this.
12.
Yes.
What a fucking guess that was. Where's some sound effects? That was a miracle. So yeah, that was Hawaii.
That was Hawaii.
I
think that this should be the Hawaii edition, and then we just should have a whole nother edition of all the other stuff because we've got a lot of good what you watching.
Yeah, and we want to eat. Let me give you a little Hawaii sports trivia on the way out. Who won the basketball game between Central and Gillette when we were in Hawaii?
I have no idea.
Babe.
Central?
Yes, the game I watched, and I sent congratulations to Randy and Coach.
Oh, Central. Good job,
okay.
Randy.
All right. We didn't really watch any sports over there, did we? What did we watch?
You had basketball on the entire time.
Not the entire time.
The dunk contest?
Yes.
Kind of.
Kind of.
And then there was the free throw contest.
No.
3-point contest.
Yes.
Just a lot of contests.
The game.
Pickleball.
Oh, yeah. Well, Shira wouldn't let me watch. First of all, we didn't watch basketball the whole time. I watched one game on my phone on the balcony under the sunset while we drank White Claws, which was my home team. And then I watched the Little League All-Star game. Other than that, we didn't watch any sports. We tried to watch the Laker game the first night just because Greg was there, and we were trying to get him a picture with LeBron.
But that was
But
the
that
night
was-
that you ate it so bad, and then you didn't want to watch the game because you
Yeah.
were so angry.
Man, I ate it so bad. Let's go back to that for a second. You've never seen me do bad, really, have you?
Not like that.
I don't know if I've ate it that bad in forever.
Yeah, that was.
But I've
rough.
never really ate it in front of you. I guess one time
I
at Oscar
think
Blues we had a
That was intentional, though.
what at Oscar
I
Blues?
think that in Hawaii, I think you could have not eaten it, but you decided that you wanted to eat it.
Yeah, but I enjoy it now. In hindsight, I like eating it. I'm
Mm.
glad I ate it, but I'm sorry that lady had to follow me. So yeah, that's dead to us from Hawaii. We should have recorded this in Hawaii, but I couldn't get on the internet, and I'm sure it would have been $900 to get the Wi-Fi. But I tried to log in, but I couldn't. So that's that.
That's that.
So that's dead to us. Shout out to Tom Gordon, who held it down, put out the Greatest Hits album, the Greatest Hits podcast while we were gone, and
What did you decide you were going to do when we were in Hawaii? Speaking of greatest hits.
not drinking for.
No.
I'm trying not to drink for March.
What are you going to do?
What?
You
Oh, I'm going to make a. First of all, when you're in Hawaii, you just lose your mind a little bit. You don't really know what time, especially if you're on vacation. I never knew what time it was, what day it was. We'd wake up every morning at 6:15, 7 a.m. because we were still on Denver time.
Mhm.
It's a fucking nightmare. Then we'd go to bed at 10. It was crazy. But I would go through these moments of like depression, not really depression, I would just be in pain. And then I'd shut it down, and then I'd come out of pain and come out hyper. And I was like, I'm going to make an album with 100 songs. So then I would just make up freestyle raps and songs for Shire. Do you remember any of the
whole
hits?
time. Oh God.
Remember I was going to do one shout out to Chancellor that I was writing that I want him to sing called you better tip in cash or you're going to get that sass.
Oh yeah. I forgot
And
about
then
that
what was
one.
the other one I had?
Well, I kept trying to video you, and you got camera shy.
Well, yeah, so guys, look for that. I'm working on a 100-song album that should be on
And how
Spotify.
long is it going to be?
187 minutes. Murder.
Which
is
is
3:07.
3
Shout out to
hours
Wine.
and 7 minutes.
And every song is going to be 3 minutes and 7 seconds. I wrote some good songs. I was rapping. I can rap pretty good, right?
When you're not like, yeah, you can.
What was
You
that?
can freestyle. You actually can.
Off the top of my head, I make you laugh all the time when I
Yes,
just
you
change
do.
the words and stuff. But I had a good rhyme that I was rhyming about what?
I don't even know.
She would get very annoyed. So yeah, catch my new album, 100 songs.
Greatest hits. Brandt Tobler's
No,
greatest
it's
hits.
under my alias, which I've
Oh,
slipped
sorry.
up on here a couple times. But people know that I go on the streets by Vita Vu Jones.
Vita Vu Jones.
So look
greatest
for
hits.
100
song album.
song album. Vita Vu Jones, greatest and only hits. What was another one? Your Mama Teaches Karate Class was one.
Mm-hmm.
Cheeky Monkey, Cheeky Rocket. God, there was a good rap one I had. You're right. I should be writing this shit down.
I told you. I'm going to remember all of them. See, I remember all of them right now.
So yeah, the album's coming soon. And we're back. I hope you guys enjoyed Craigslist Chaos. Like I said, we're going to do another Dead to Us. Dead to Us. And Craigslist Chaos is coming. We got podcast guests. I went and saw Michelle Wolf tonight. Don't think there's any shot I could get her on the podcast, but she crushed. She was really good. And that's all. Teddy's back. Teddy had give a Teddy update. He went and stayed with Emily. Shout out to Emily for taking good care of Teddy boy.
Yes.
Spoiled the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Let him sleep in bed with her. Now he comes here, no bed for you, Teddy.
No.
And the nice thing that Shire did on top of all of that is bought us all new bedding. So we came home to brand new bedding.
I did. Yes.
Which is very sweet of you. And so you could have just puked all over the other bedding. You had no idea at the time when you bought that bedding. You bought that bedding minutes before we went to dinner with Ped.
I know.
And it was maybe foresight of you.
There's just something about having clean, brand new, fresh sheets and pillows when you get back from a vacation. That's like
I know.
the best
You know what was
thing
tough
that
for
ever
me
created.
is I had to make the bed today.
I know. Oh, you had to get out of bed today. You mean?
Well, that too. And make it.
Mm-hmm.
That's Shire's only rule. I have to make the bed, so I make it every day.
Mm-hmm.
But my whole life, I've never had to do that. Maybe when I was a kid or something. But I made it nice for you. But that's it, guys. It's been another. I hope you guys had fun. I hope you enjoyed our Hawaii wrap up. I think there were some funny moments in there. Overall, it was a really good trip, and I'm glad that I finally saw Hawaii. And
next trip's to Mexico.
yeah, next trip is another beach trying to get me to propose.
No, it's fine.
That was our joke the whole time. You giving up on it?
Yeah.
The whole time we're snorkeling, I was just like, she'd be like, oh, I saw a fish. I was like, I'm over here looking for a ring. I was like, come on, someone drop their ring. I'm proposing with it. Give up. You can't give up on me proposing yet.
Why?
You knew I was going to propose in Hawaii.
What? I knew you were going to propose.
You knew I wasn't going to propose in Hawaii. That was part of the deal.
Yeah, I know.
But you've given up on me ever proposing?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because I feel like it's either going to happen or it's not going to happen. So why? We don't need to talk about it anymore.
Jeez. Okay. Wow.
Well, not like,
Okay.
and not like in a bad
All
way.
right. Okay. That's fine. Okay. I hope that made you guys laugh. That was a kind of a.
No, I didn't mean it like.
Alrighty. We'll wrap it up here on maybe the last episode of Dead to Us. First of all, thank you guys so much. We'll see if there's another episode or not. Someone has just given up on all. You sound like my fucking mom. And I'm like, oh, yeah, me and Shire. She's like, my mom would say, I think we talked about it on here before. My mom was like, yeah, no. She would just say it just how you did. The most passive aggressive, this bullshit of. No, I used to think about being a grandma, but I don't really think about that anymore. I'd be like, what, Mom? She's like, oh, no, I just used to, like, I thought it'd be cool to have grandkids, but where are we going for dinner? Can we want to just... All right, okay. You really just... Oh, no, I just have given up on all hope of you ever being successful and buying me a ring.
No, that's not what I was saying at all.
How dare you.
Anytime...
Patreons, I need you now or
listen to
more
me.
than ever. Guys, at least give me one new Patreon this week. Get me $7 closer to a ring.
Anytime we ever talked about it, you were like, oh, here we go with the ring pressure. I'm just saying, no more pressure. Pressure's off.
Oh, all right, well... You guys take that for what it is. I hope someone has a content couch I can sleep on soon because it's not looking good over here. But if this is how it ends, it was a great trip. And I hope someone buys you a ring one day. And I love you and I love all our listeners. And we will be back to you guys soon. Tell all your friends about us. Join the Patreon if you want, if you can. Add us on social media and just do all the stuff. And have a good day. Have a good life. I have no idea how to end this. You guys have been great. Keep listening to the show because if you don't listen to this show, you are
Dead
to us.